Welcome to The Advocate, a program that thrashes out all the topical issues of the day.
When you are in government, you don't see nothing wrong with whatever is happening. The moment you are out there, everything is wrong.
You can't even see many women now, and when they're there, they're not even really making a mark, and then they have an NYSC problem and this and that.
One of the reasons why we don't have more women in politics in Nigeria is for as long as political meetings continue to take place in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
Really disastrous for a president
to even say
be unaware of the chief
It's
justice.
a ploy. It could be a strategy.
That strategy was very terrible strategy. Because the buck stops at your table.
Whether it's that we don't look after our cities, and quite frankly, Nigeria is becoming a very ugly place.
When you are the only one feeding the people with this news, and there is nobody countering them, it becomes, the news. You're watching The Advocate on Plus TV Africa. Time for our periodic giveaway. The Court of Appeal in Lagos recently, in a case involving Guaranteed Trust Bank and Aleo Ghana, upheld the decision of the High Court of Lagos State, dismissing an appeal filed by GTB that it wasn't liable for a failed ATM transaction where money was debited but not reversed after 24 hours. The respondent, who was a customer of GTB, traveled from Nigeria to England for the purpose of child delivery. She had attempted to withdraw £800 using the ATM card. Her account was debited and cost of the transaction was also debited. She lodged an immediate complaint with GTB, and GTB informed her that the issue would be resolved and her account funded within 24 hours. Upon the expiration of 24 hours, the bank sent her another email that such complaint could only be addressed after 45 days. Wow. She sued the bank for breach of contract and legitimate expectation because she had to borrow money from different people for her medical needs, on the ground that there was no contract between her and the bank that for failed transaction wherein the account was debited, she would need to wait for 45 days while the sum is kept by the bank. The bank set up a defense that it is the MasterCard that is liable, and the Court of Appeal rejected the argument that there's no privity of contract between the respondent and MasterCard. With this position of the law, when next your ATM transaction failed, remember that it's the bank responsibility to immediately remedy same. Otherwise, you can sue for damages.
Yeah, I like this. If I just wish they would debit like
We'll all be going to court
1 million
soon.
from my account. Yes, I'm all for court.
I'm definitely.
I also think CBN should take this as a responsibility instead of having to wait for the consumer
to go through the wahala.
CBN should immediately, once this is reported, they immediately, activate the instrumentality of the law too.
Yes. But from what I understood, there's already a fine in place. Am I behind on this?
Yeah, but it doesn't.
But it's not being applied.
Yeah,
so I'm still waiting. And even this thing you're saying, even though it sounds like good news on the surface, how practical is it now? Because I know tomorrow or next week something will happen to me. How can I access?
What this means is that this is the position of the law on ATM transactions.
So how do I now benefit from
So
that?
once it happens, once this happens to you, what you do, you can do a letter. You really don't even need to consult a lawyer. Do a letter to the bank saying that it is my right. Otherwise, I'll be forced to take legal action.
Yeah. So if within 24 hours I don't get my money
then
back,
you take it.
Yeah, but you see, that's the problem. Is 24 hours is
take-
already gone. What I'm saying is that every time they've done this to me at least 3 times in the last
waited
month.
a month.
Yeah, in the last month. It's actually more rampant now than I think even before this 24 something. And they don't refund your money, especially if they take it on a Friday. You're not going to see that money until Monday or Tuesday next week.
But the thing is, I think we need to bear in mind consumers, and us as consumers, we also need to understand that there are laws that protect us. And number one. Number two is that it takes a lot of effort, which is what I think Liborous is saying, that rather than us go through all the wahala, if CBN was doing it for us, because it takes a lot of effort to complain. It takes a lot of effort to see the complaint to the end. There are ombudsmen, believe it or not, most people don't know that there's a consumer ombudsman. They even have an office in our Lower Road that's actually there that you can report to, and they will take up your case.
Oh, really?
That's
my
word.
Like value.
Yes.
Which is why it's a goodie bag.
Yes, it's a goodie bag.
So let's include that one in our goodie bag.
There are consumer. There are consumer.
It saddens
the name of
me
this
that we have to
ombudsman.
force these banks to actually comply with something that, because I know my rights.
Banks are terrible all over the world. Is it just Nigeria?
I don't know.
Come on. They're worst here, but I'm saying that.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that.
Like the first topic.
It really is a problem.
Law regulates societies. Nobody ordinarily, everybody wants to make excess profit. but it is the law in place that will say you can't make profit beyond this. Usually what the bank do is, oh, it is so-and-so company that is responsible. Anyway, we'll send them a mail. As if, it's not our business. But the court is saying now, no.
It's yours.
The customer don't have a business with that your middleman.
Yes, it's not our
problem. It is your responsibility. So now that you as a customer know that the court have said that it is their responsibility to you, it is now left for you to take such step and say, look, now this is my right. You can't do this.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I knew all that even before. I knew that they had to reverse it within 24 hours or they would be fined. I knew that. And as soon as that happened to me, I wrote a letter. I called my account manager. I was on this case. Let me tell you, I didn't get my money back for a week. No. A week and a half.
Call your lawyer.
And that was almost
here.
We'll call your lawyer.
Call your lawyer.
But your fee
Call your lawyer.
That's the problem. Your fee is more than the money.
You're right.
The money we will collect from the bank will be part of the fee.
Oh, well, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
I was going to say that banks seem to be doing better on ATM problems now.
Yes.
But
No, they're not. Mine took almost a month
my...
recently. Almost a month.
But
I went to cinema to reverse it. I had to go to the bank. Then the bank told me.
Sorry, which one is your bank?
But I think we have a snitch in the house. Shall I tell you why? I think we have a snitch in the house. My bank gave me 13K this week. I was shocked. I almost fainted. I saw the alert. I'm like, what? Are you sure? What happened?
What did they give it to you for?
Some sort of spend something. So they've probably been going inside Liborous' head and thinking, okay, they're going to be talking about us, so they don't want me to show them.
They want you to share.
They don't want them to. But I think Uche is right in the sense that, there's a lot of charges, hidden charges that's taking. And who's got the time to be going through 25 naira, 35 naira, all that?
No, you see, the other day they charged my corporate account. They just took 15K just like that. I spoke to my brother. I said, is that normal? He said to me, it's fine. And if it's because you don't have money, if you had more money, you wouldn't even be thinking about 15K.
Very soon.
Yes, that's what he said to me.
Maybe one of these days, that might probably form one of our goodie bags.
Please bring it on. And the other thing you're saying, sorry, I don't seem to be jumping too much now, because I'm still trying to see how this thing will come down to me on the level I want it to come down. You're saying that there are laws. There's so many laws in Nigeria, we don't even know half of them. The problem I have is with the application of the law. How accessible is this practice for the average man on the street who has time to be writing letters, let alone engaging in time to complain? I like your ombudsman idea. I like to just go to someone who will just take it on.
Let me also say, before now, it is easy for people, consumers, to suffer and then just say, well, there's nobody to take care of this responsibility. But you have consumer protection councils.
Okay.
They have offices in Lagos. I've had cases where I report matters, and then it's common for the person to say, don't worry, Consumer Protection Council won't do anything, but because we just want to resolve this, so, at the end of the day, they resolve. I've had even cases of contaminated bottled water. And at the end of the day, my client was compensated.
You do get compensated.
So it is good to test the system, as Chuka said. It is good to test
but you have to want to test the system. And I think in Nigeria, we're always defaulting responsibility to, we don't know. Honestly, all these laws that's there, if Liborous can learn them in law school, they're all on the internet. I want to complain about my bank.
That we're talking about.
It will give you
the same testing the system. We are saying that why wait to test the system? Why CBN can just take up this responsibility?
So
after all, that's what they did. But the new CBN does. It's not very consumer friendly. When Sanusi was there, you and I both know Sanusi was very focused on the rights of the consumer, which is why we're not being charged ATM. But the new block that's there right now is a merchant banker, not a consumer banker. That's what I say.
Shout out. Let's petition CBN. There's still hope for us.
Isn't he going on leave?
Yeah, but no, but really, already the law is already there now because the law is what the court says it is.
Yes.
So now the court of appeal, not the High Court, the Court of Appeal, had made a pronouncement. That is the position of the law today. In terms of ATM liability, it is the bank that is liable to the customer.
Lady, what about that guy? What's the name of the guy? Innocent and GT Bank.
Yes, exactly.
That's an excellent
that one had even gone to Supreme Court.
It's the one to be studied.
Also, I might also bring up that issue because it borders on charges.
Yeah, charges.
That one has to do with charges, hidden charges and all of that.
And when the exchange rates changed and the contracts.
On that one too. Anyway, the day we'll discuss it because at the end of the day also, the bank accepted that client was overcharged.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I really need someone who like go to pick up my case of always charging me for maintenance fee on my MasterCard. I don't even have a MasterCard on my account. Yeah, on this particular account, they're always charging.
Start with your banking officer, honestly.
Things are heating up and we're just in the second lap of the race. Ekene will certainly not be dropping the baton as she advocates on leaving a legacy for the next generation. We'll be right back.